What's going on? What's going on? Is the audio back? Is the audio back? How long has there been no audio? Somebody, please. Is the audio back, please? This is not right. No, no, no. Is the audio back, please? Mm, mm. Is the audio back, please? Otherwise, I might have to record this and put it out as a recorded thing. Can somebody hear me? Anyone can hear me? Okay, okay. Oh, so I must have missed a whole minute there, a whole minute or two. How long was the audio not there, please? Anybody? Oh, well, well, well. This is. I don't know what I've done. I think that the microphone must have been messing about. The microphone must have been. The microphone must have been off something. Okay, so I was reading what Mark Zuckerberg was saying they want to do with the new name that Facebook has now adopted, which is called Meta. He says they want people to feel like they're with each other, even though they're not with each other. So, right? Right. So, okay. So, audio is back on right now. Yeah. Just give me a number one. Right. 5 to 10 minutes. Wow. Unbelievable stuff. This is, and I'm not getting any real time feedback. I'm not getting any real time feedback. I wonder why. I really wonder why I'm not getting any real time feedback. I wonder why I'm not getting any real time feedback. So let's try again. Oh boy, let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. I'm gonna try and make this work. Give me a second. 5 10 minutes. That's too much, and I couldn't see nothing to indicate. So that's not right. So, okay. Um, where are we now? Whoa. uh, So I'm gonna have to start this. So okay, right. So Mark Zuckerberg says he's rebranding Facebook, and the idea for Meta, at least the head idea is to have people connected, even though we're so far away. So my analysis was that we have a situation on the earth where for over a year, two, people have been isolated, locked away from one another, can't see family, can't see friends. We've come out basically like lab rats, and suddenly they're launching a new app, a new name called Meta that's actually now going to help us to link with one another as if we were there physically with one another, right? That's what um, this implies. So I want to know what your views are. Do you think this is a benevolent thing, or do you see any sinisterism in this business? Are they trying to create ghosts? Are they trying to hijack your spirit and your soul? Are they trying to get people um, lulled into some kind of false sense of being there with other people, other humans? Meanwhile, you're still all by yourself, and get used to it so that when the next whatever control comes along, lockdowns and all them kind of things, so that people will just assimilate into the metaverse program and deposit their soul online, spirit online, even their morality. Because once we go digital and on metaverse and start participating in a virtual reality environment, augmented reality environment, madness, um, the size of never seen before is going to be the first thing to look out for, because obviously people are going to be like, what can you do wrong if you're not really actually there? But then I believe we've deposited enough of ourselves on social media now, but they want your spirit, they want your soul, they want your ghost. So this picture right here, um, um, just below the next sentence, Zuckerberg says, he says he described futuristic plans to create a digital world in which users will feel they are one, or they are with one another, and have a sense of presence despite being far apart. Now, you see that picture right there. That picture looks like another man's. Oh, what? Is he playing chess with a ghost or something? So, yeah, here's a man playing chess with a ghost. So, my question was, would you be willing? Are you going to participate in this madness, in this insanity? Or is it not insanity? Is it pure sanity to be participating in such a thing? Oh, I wish Mark could come on. If somebody call Mark to come on this platform and maybe help us out, like give us a few tips how this gonna work out, and just to reassure people that this ain't a form of spirituality, spiritual travel into another dimension where they're gonna hijack your soul before you actually know what's going on. Yeah, we'd like Mark to come on this platform and give us some tips. However, if you know something about this, let me know. 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 So, but yeah, getting back to this, would you want to be a ghost speaking to another human being from a million miles apart, and it looks like you're there and they think you're there? Or would you like to be the person receiving a ghost, believing the person is there with you? And who knows what? This digital platform, Meta, the name suggests a lot. They might, listen, with all the other plans they have plans to bring back the dead from their graves and build avatars of the dead to start speaking to people who are still alive, whereby they're going to revive people from even their social media accounts, people who've passed away, people who joined Facebook, even if it's just their face, whatever. They're going to recreate a whole lot of humanity online in a digital format, and people are going to be able to talk to them as if they were still around. It's some of the sinisterism that I find a bit disturbing, but I may be wrong. This is just the news. This is just the news. It's your views that I want to find. I am just trying to prick you and make you speak something. So if you know something, I want to hear your views on this one. Is this a backdoor spiritual soul type of travel to hell that they want you to participate in? That's called the metaverse. Or is it just something simple and benevolent for humankind? Let me know. Right, so let me keep on reading. So the platform would allow users to customize their avatars. So avatar is just another name for your ghost, basically. Your ghost, your spirit, your soul. So they're saying they want you to customize your spirit, your soul, and whatever is in you. And digital spaces. Decorating a digital office with pictures, probably pictures of long lost ones, videos, and even books. The presentation imagined users inviting friends over virtually. Wow, that is something. That is like, woohoo. What do you think? Let me see if I can get my video on there right now. Yeah, let me see if I can get my own video on there. Okay, let's see if this works. Yes, it's not working yet, so I'll have to do it again. So give me a second, family. I'm gonna put my video on there so that we might just have a little bit more interaction there and we can see each other eye to eye, right? Let's try again. So excuse me, family. Delete this one. Take this one off. How do you get this off now? Where's the one? Where's the thing gone? So video capture. See that button there. So yes. Put a new one here. Right. So family, those pertinent questions. How are we going to navigate the new metaverse waters that's being created by Facebook or Meta? How are we going to navigate these waters, knowing that 1 billion people are going to be integrating themselves, immersing themselves into this thing? And somehow, obviously, it's going to affect, it's definitely going to affect, it's going to affect people's psyche. People are going to interact in there for sure. There's a lot of engagement that is expected, and I think a lot of people who are already immersed in the present platform and its powers are going to find this also very interesting. I should say. So I'm gonna go back. That's me on the screen right now. So give me a second. Trying to navigate this universe here, this computerverse here. Right. So I'm now returning to the article in the Guardian here. It says the platform would allow users to customize their avatars and digital spaces. So I'm saying they're asking us basically there to customize your ghost, customize your spirit, customize your soul in your digital spaces. Okay, so that digital space is where they want us to live next. They want us to live in the digital space next with your spirit and leave your body to rot somewhere else because, as you know, they're tired of our bodies at the moment. There's too many bodies at the moment, and they just want your spirit and your soul and whatever else is inside you to fill up an imaginary space. The imaginary space um, will be ample enough for all of us to fit in there, or all of you to fit in there that participate in this thing. And listen, Mark Zuckerberg, we really like to hear what he has to say um, concerning these things. Speak to us speak to us. I'm not saying the news yeah, but this is the news, your views. But we're inviting Mark Zuckerberg on the HIT. Would like to speak to him, ask him what's going on here? What are you trying to do, right? You want people to download their souls and their spirits to the form of Facebook called metaverse now? How's that going to work? Are you sure that's not magic or demonism or fallen angelism? Please, 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 we want to know. So that's just me, ranting off this type of things. But I want to hear your views, people. If you're watching this video live, I want to hear your view. If you manage to catch this video next time or after this live stream, please put your comments in the comment section. Put your views in the comment section. I want to know. So reading on, it says the presentation. Imagine users inviting friends over virtually So listen, since the lockdown and the lock in and the lock overs and all of that, um, they've come up with a solution apparently, whereby now you don't even need to worry that you can't physically do anything anymore, so that you can just invite your friends over virtually. It won't even cost you any money, so they're going to be saving you a whole lot of money. You won't be driving drunk either. You won't be meeting people you don't like outside your door. You won't be mixing with people who might sneeze in your face and give you a new variant. So, listen, I can see a few things, going on here that could be beneficial for some of you out there. What do you think? This is just your brother Ty trying to find out, right? Don't quote me. Don't say brother Ty thinks. I don't think nothing. I'm just playing with this idea that's being presented to us. So you can invite your friends over virtually. Two people attending a concert together, despite being across the world from one another, and colleagues making work presentations remotely. Listen, family, some things I wanted us to talk about like some time ago, right? Which we didn't manage to get there, which was Godism. All right, Godism. Let me just type it in there. We don't use that word, but I'm using it for the explanation that family need to understand, and people who may be coming in. So give that word a 789. It's called Godism. 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 All right. Let me see if I get one or two 789s there. Let me see if this video is going out live. If you can hear my voice, hear the audio, see the video, because people have been complaining that YouTube is a little bit slow putting Brother Ty's videos out there. So I'm not sure. So give me a 789. Let me know. While you're there, family, please, please, please share the link to this video and hit the like button. The like button is the one on the left there, okay? So yeah, so somebody give me a 789 if you can, if you saw the word I put there. It's called Godism. Godism, 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 Godism. So what is Godism that I'm trying to explain here? Thank you for that, Adash the bar. Thanks for the 789. New Brother Sounds, thank you for the 789. So the Godism here is Meta, aka Facebook, is showing us that they can do things in this present age that people used to mock at just couple of decades ago, i.e., when people read the Bible from long time ago and they saw some things they considered unbelievable fantasy, they laughed at us who actually were showing them these things. So, all some of the miracles or some of the supernatural acts and actions and events that happen in the Bible and scripture, people who don't believe in a creator would laugh at people who believe in a creator. So it's a lesson I wanted to put out there for some time, and it would go along the lines of, humanity is stupid, because the stupidity of humanity is what people like Facebook, aka Meta, is capitalizing on right now. They're capitalizing on your stupidity out there. Some of you who don't believe in the creator. All right. So this is just your brother Ty giving you the news, but I'm dissecting some of the news. I still want your views. So they're capitalizing on the stupidity of people who don't understand that there is a creator, who don't want to agree there is a creator. Why? What are we saying? All the things, supernatural things, spiritual things that perspired in the scriptures over centuries of histories of a certain people in the book called Israelites and all their neighbors. People don't want to believe that, but they're getting suddenly immersed in what we believe is is a harmful experience, spiritual experience, pseudo spiritual, occultic experience that meta, the word meta alone, in the English, we don't use it too much in social society. So people don't have any clue what they're talking about. Yeah. You might even Google it and find nothing. Right. But it's an occultic understanding coming from people like this. They want to split the atom again. They've split it before. They ain't happy with it. They want to split it one more time. So they're playing God. They want people to meet in a spiritual realm, but they don't want to call it spiritual. They don't want to call it spiritual. They want to take your spirit away from your body. Listen to what they say. The presentation, they say, imagined users inviting friends over virtually. Where they put virtually, you just put spiritually. All right. Two people attended a concert together despite being across the world from one another and colleagues making work presentations remotely. But look at the picture up there. This ain't the same as Zoom. You understand? You had the Zoom thing, Skype thing, and telephone thing. This is going to be a different thing. This is a third layer now. So they're peeling back the human skin, peeling back the human flesh, peeling back the bones and the sinews and everything in there, and making naked the spirit. They want to make the spirit naked. This ain't the same thing, otherwise it wouldn't be new. All right. So they want your soul out there, I believe. So listen. This is just Brother Ty just giving you the news, dissecting it. I'm hoping that Mark can come on and give us a view. Tell me I'm wrong, or just educate us about this system. Yeah. And listen, we can't even spoil your business, Mark. So it's another free advertisement for Mark's business called Meta. Yeah. So anyway, thing says two people attending a concert together. How are you going to attend a concert together? That's like ghosts, man. Now, if you told this to people in the so called developed world that this happened in the book, i.e., Messiah appeared to people in the book after he was dead and rose again, people would say, oh, you're talking insanity. But here it is coming right back in front of our eyes, and you're going to be participating in it just so that you can't say it's it's just a fantasy. You can't say that. It's a reality. Listen to this. He says, when I send my parents a video with my kids, they're going to feel like they're right in the moment with us, not peering through a little window. Right? Did you get that? He said when he sends his parents a video with his kids, they're going to feel like they're right in there in the moment with them, not simply peering through a little window like we do on a little device that we use right now. And I guess, like I said before, they're going to be able to revive ghosts. They're going to be able to revive the dead, right? They're going to be able to revive the dead and play the videos of dead people, and it's going to be like they're right there with them. That's what they're trying to say. You watch out for that. The dead are going to be appearing to people and having a full-time existential experience with those who are still alive. How do you feel about that? I want to know your views. What's your views, family? Let me know. So, yet he admitted, that is Mark, I guess. Mark admitted the company has a long way to go. Me, I don't think so, Mark. I think you have arrived where you want to go. Now you're just going to load up the bus and take the people there. That's what I think is going on. And for that, we say congratulations, right? We don't want to sound like we hate your business because we love it, right? Don't we love it, family? Yes, we love the business. So he admitted the company has a long way to go. The best way to understand the metaverse, he says, is to experience it yourself, though it doesn't fully exist yet. They always say them kind of things just to make you think they are still struggling with that technology, sorry, with that spirituality. Okay? So here's a little picture here. Says presence, avatars, home space, teleporting. I told you, teleporting, interoperability. You're gonna be able to do cross-platform spiritual business. Then you have privacy and safety as well. I don't know why a ghost needs privacy anyway. What ghost needs privacy? You're gonna basically become a ghost. Avatar is just another word for ghosts or dead people walking or something. Privacy and safety. When did a ghost need safety? Does a ghost need safety, family? Does a ghost need safety? What could possibly go wrong to a ghost? You're just a ghost. You don't need safety. You can listen. Mark, delete that side. Delete that side. It's not going to be important. Virtual goods. Oof, that's going to be hard to handle, that one. Virtual goods. Then natural interfaces. I really don't know what that is anyway. Natural interfaces. Like I said, we're going to need Mark to come on here. Still, it says, Zuckerberg said, Facebook rolled out two of its metaverse projects in beta last year. All right. Horizon World, which allows users to invite friends over into their digital world, and Horizon Workrooms, yeah, which does the same in professional settings. Wow. So you see, they got us covered right now. For those of us who may not have a job to go to, you can stay at home and invite your friends for dinner and invite your friends to go for a concert. And just go. Like I said, it's going to save people a lot of money as well because you won't be needed to get into Uber anymore. And digital, did you say virtual goods? Virtual goods. That means Amazon, Jeff Bezos is going to be out of business with this business. Virtual goods. Jeff Bezos got to be careful. He might be out of business before he knows it, right? So Zuckerberg says you're going to be able to invite your friends into your digital world and your Horizon workrooms in a different platform, which he called the Horizon World, which was beta last year. And he says it does the same in professional settings. He also said Facebook plans to further explore NFTs, near, what's that thing? Near something technology. And crypto. To help facilitate media that can be represented digitally. And he's also working on gaming applications. Listen, they got humanity covered. They got humanity covered. Zuckerberg said the company would continue to offer services and hardware to developers at low cost. I told you, or for free. I told you, in an attempt to attract a critical mass of people to the platform. Are you going to be there? You've been invited and you don't have to pay. The company has also dedicated $150 million to developers to create new apps, games, and immersive programs in the metaverse. Listen, they want to serve as many people as possible, which means working to make their services cost less. No, I told you they're going to be saving you money. It's a good thing. Good thing. We don't use that word, but we have to right now because that's what it is. It's a good thing. I've got to congratulate Mark, right? I hope like Mark can come on this platform and explain to us like, this thing. It's a good thing, right? So Facebook's rebranding effort is not unprecedented in the tech space. Okay, Google in 2015 restructured into a new holding company, placing subsidiaries, including its namesake search engine YouTube and its self-driving car firm. You see, they've got a self-driving car also. Waymo. Facebook announcement comes amid deep regulatory and PR challenges. Da, 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 da. We don't want to read all the negative news. Revelations from the Facebook papers are just the latest trouble for the, you know, the company as a source of, let's leave all of that out. Um, so Mark is setting his sights firmly on the metaverse, while secret societies all over the world are scrambling to alleviate the myriad harms. Sorry, I said secret societies, didn't I? It's a mistake. I didn't mean to say that, I guess. While societies all over the world are scrambling, not even communities anymore. It's now societies, family. Listen, I'm telling you, these people are dragging you slowly into things you don't want to be going into. See, I've highlighted that. I don't know why suddenly they've called it societies. It used to be called communities. Now it's societies. What is going on? Pay attention. I read again. It says the fact that Zuckerberg has set his sights firmly on the so called metaverse, while societies all over the world, societies, they used to be called communities, innit? Societies, just call it, I don't know, countries or something, or nations, or, people, something like that. Societies is like, I'm not saying it means anything else, but, it's a hard word to be using in this type of climate. Societies all over the world are scrambling to alleviate the myriad of harms caused by its platforms. It just goes to show how out of touch Facebook is with real people. Come on, guys. You're criticizing this guy too much. What's going on? You all love the products and services. You don't like it, you leave it. You can't say he's harming anyone. Come on, give Mark a break, right? Hmm. So, in a recent testimony, somebody said she was shocked to hear how much the company was investing in the metaverse while its safety efforts have failed. Oh, well, that's what happens, huh? So, anyway, I want to know what your views are, family. I think the thing is a scroll to the end. Um, yeah, scroll to the end. They say they have years until the metaverse, as they envision it, is fully realized. This is the beginning of a journey. I told you they're driving you somewhere. I told you, didn't I? I told you. I told you. I told you, like, yeah. I told you, family. So listen, what's your views on this news? What's your views on this news? I want to know. You know, drop a comment in the comment section at some point. Drop a comment in the comment section at some point. Let's see what your views are regarding this piece of news that Facebook has just gone meta. They left beta and now they're going meta. What do you think? Right. Let's get to the other news and see what we got. Oh yeah, this one's a really nice one. The country of Austria, middle of Europe, just next to Germany, somewhere there. Um, they have a piece of news saying, "Listen, um, anyone who is unvaxxed against David-19, anyone who is unvaxxed against David-19 is going to face a new challenge. Anyone who is unvaxxed against David-19 is going to face a new challenge. What's the new challenge? They are going to get locked down. Imagine that. Ain't that nice? Anyone, it says, who is not vaccinated will get, they're going to get locked down. Did you get that? Did you get? All right, so here it is. Anyone who is not vaxxed against COVID-19 is going to get locked down. So you remember how lockdown was previously. Everybody was getting locked down, right? So now the numbers are evening out or sloping in the favor of the vaxxed, I may say, so that now they can start administering punitive measures on the unvaxxed. So Austria in Europe has said anyone who is not vaxxed against COVID-19 will be locked down. Have you heard that before? Did you hear that before, somebody? Family, did you hear that one before? That's a bit scary, actually, to be honest. That's a bit scary. What do you think? Let me go and look for an article on that one. Let's go and look for an article and see if we can read that. That's interesting, right? I hope you guys can hear me. Family, I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Anyone who's not vaxxed in Austria may, I don't know if it's may, but might go into lockdown. What's this? No, come on. Ah, Austria. Let's type that in here. Austria lockdown for unvaxxed. Well, that's I don't know. That's something. Eh? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Let me go to the UK one here. One comes up. There's a, so yeah. Let's share this. Let's share this in the screen right there. Let's see how we can get this going. Window capture. Yeah. Okay. The window capture can go over there. Image. Right. So transition that one. Right. Okay. So check this out, family. It's an interesting one. Austria threatens lockdown for the unvaccinated as COVID cases rise. Wow. How would you feel if you were in Austria? How would you feel if you were in Austria and you hear the news like that? Would you panic if you're somebody who maybe has your own reasons why for now you're thinking you can't get vaccinated against David? What would you think? How would you feel right now if you were in Austria and never mind all the other implementations of the law that's made people really really stressed out? How would you feel right now if you were in Austria and you fell into this category of unvaccinated and you're now being told that if you do not vaccinate, you will be locked down? Does that sound like a prison planet or does it sound like a movie? What do you think? Okay, here is a picture or a video actually playing. It's playing even without me playing it. So what's going on here? He's not the leader of Austria, whatever they have over there right now. I think it's prime minister. Well, that's not. So the Austrians, according to the Independent, the UK Independent, I think, it says Austrians face new lockdown restrictions if cases of COVID-19 continues to rise. The country's chancellor said after more than 20,000 infections were recorded there in the past week, right? The new measures would apply to, I should put the word in there for the minute. The new measures would apply only to unvaxxed members of the public, Alexander Schallenberg said. So the new measures, i.e., you're going to go into lockdown if you're not vaxxed. Only if you're not vaxxed. If you're vaxxed, I don't know what you're going to go into, but if you're not vaxxed, you're going into lockdown. Wow, that should get people like really scrambling for, you know. I mean, people like me, I have like a medical exemption, right? Well, how about you? Do you have a medical exemption? Maybe you have one like me. I have a medical exemption, you get me? So for me, it's like, yeah. So, but if you didn't have a medical exemption yet, is that the end of the news? Because what's this? Uh, okay. All right. That's it. That's it. Anyway. Okay. So that's it. I don't, this man's face over here. Ah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you see, I'm already getting people's views here anyway. So, um, somebody says, could this happen in the UK? Yeah. Somebody, this is funny. This is a funny comment here. Look at this comment right here. Let me try and highlight this. Somebody says it's called home jail. Somebody says this is called home jail. So he says, how will you support these care workers, healthcare staff, and key workers and the jobs they do when they're home jailed? How will you stop those vaxxed and still spreading the infection from doing so? How will you circumvent the human rights? Da da da. Oh, right. There's some questions, right? Right. Hmm. Right. So there's two comments there. There are studies that show, confirm the same thing. Okay. Anti-vaxxers will directly cause the next lockdown. Somebody says their human rights to freedom will be taken away by those who don't want to be vaxxed, like you. What do you think? Do you think your actions may impact on the freedoms of those who are for some of these vaccines? And you, what are you? Are you pro vaccines, anti vaccines? Me, I'm pro vaccines. I'm very, very pro vaccines, right? It's just that this time around, I've got a medical exemption, right? I'm pro vaccines, all right? And so hey, but what about you? Are you pro vaccine? Are you anti vaccine? What's your reasons anyway? I want to know. I have no opinion at the moment. I just want to know. Okay. So let me know. 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 So, but what I want to try and do right now is see if we can find some comments on such an issue that it looks like people maybe have not heard about yet. So let me go. I think the best comments are probably on this same platform called YouTube. Um, so let me see. I put it in there. Austria lockdown rules. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Austria lockdown rules. Uh, Austria lockdown rules. Let's see what comes. Okay, so I'll go with the first one there. So it's interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna read the comments on there, but let's see if we can find. And it's the funny thing. I don't know if we'll be able to find a video that we can play and see what's going on. right? Um, but I guess you family out there are not too bothered watching the video. Brother Ty is just gonna read whatever he finds. That's okay, yeah. So the news says Austria is threatening to impose the toughest restrictions in Europe on those unvaccinated against COVID-19. It says they could be put into lockdown if the nation's intensive care units come under too much strain. The chancellor has warned of a pandemic of the unprotected. That's a new name there. Pandemic of the unprotected. As infection numbers in Austria rise, around 62% of eligible people have been fully vaxxed, but the campaign has stalled. You know, in some countries they were offering donuts and a beer. So maybe that might get the campaign back on track. What do you think, family? A donut and a beer. That might just unstall the campaign which has stalled in Austria. So after a crisis meeting, the chancellor said he hopes the plan will send a message to those still refusing to take the jab. Maybe the message will be just give them some more donuts and a beer. I think they might just take it instead of threatening them with prison. I mean, with home arrest. What do you think, family? Home arrest versus a donut and a beer. Which one do you think is going to work more as an incentive or as a threat? The threat or the incentive? Carrot or the stick? Which one do you think is going to work better? If they offered the people something like an incentive, maybe um, I don't know, like a medical kind of guarantee that the vaccines are safe, something like that. Maybe that will make people just decide to take it. Like if they have an indemnity clause in the vaccines, like $1 million for everybody who may have a problem after taking the vaccine. I think the United Nations and the World Health Organization and the IMF can come together, and Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, instead of spending all that money going to space where nobody lives, why can't they just like indemnify all these health companies making these vaccines and say, okay, everybody on the earth who might be afraid of taking the vax because of one reason or the other, let's just give them $1 million insurance, assurance, guarantee that everything is safe. And if anything goes wrong, you try and reverse the situation with, free health care plus $1 million in the bank for each uh, maybe would be victim. What do you family think? Do you think that's like a nice idea? Instead of threatening them with home arrest and imprisonment in the metaverse, because I'm actually wondering how are they going to imprison, lock down people in their homes now when Mark Zuckerberg has introduced the metaverse, where people are going to be able to travel spiritually out of their houses anyway. People are going to be meeting in the streets, like without masks, probably, which is going to be wrong because I believe some of those avatars are still going to be able to spread COVID-19 in the metaverse. I don't know what Mark Zuckerberg has in place against that. What do you think? These are serious issues, right? What do you think? I really want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Metaverse, are they going to be required to wear some masks? And listen, another question is, in the metaverse, would people be able to like go and take the vaccine in the metaverse so they don't need to go physically? Because I think a lot of people will go and take the vaccine if they could go in the metaverse and have their avatars jabbed up. In that way, if anything goes wrong with the avatar, at least the body is still fine at home. What do you think, family? I think it's a great idea. Anyway, let's move on with what's actually the case right now. I'm not too sure how they're gonna make this thing, you know. I'm not too sure how they're gonna work it out. But as we've seen, Austria is taking some really tough measures and they're saying that anyone who has not been vaxxed is likely to end up in a house arrest. And I don't know how long the house arrest is going to last, and if there's going to be some food and water that's not going to be denied to the to the person who is being locked down in their homes. The government has introduced new restrictions on public life in response. People suffering from COVID, yeah, I'm reading, don't forget, from COVID's Delta variant have practically filled the hospital west of Kiev. Doctors expect even more cases. Where's that? Kiev is not in Austria. What's going on here? When did I jump to Kiev now? Okay, so he's talking about, Ukraine now. What's going on? Ukraine and Austria, two different countries. Anyway, listen, let's see what some of the comments are, right? What's some of the comments? Yeah, yeah. Somebody says this won't end well. This will not end well. Okay, yeah, right. Um, Somebody says the Austrian lockdown doesn't mean that you're not allowed to leave your house. You can go for a walk, grocery shopping, meet your loved ones, go to work, etc. You're just not allowed to have a beer in a pub. Da 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 da. I live in Austria. I live in an Australian city where our premier wants to pass laws that gives him the ability to lock downs and to be able to fine people for breaking his pandemic laws. He has already segregated the unvaccinated and says it may be till 2023. So is there no double vax people in hospital there? So if they locked up all the unvax, would it stop the spread as they can still catch and spread the virus? That's somebody's comments I'm reading out to you. Um, so somebody think this is tyranny. Um, Somebody say something in German that I can't pronounce. Yeah, so say they think that premier in Austria is really just a hash dragon speaking. Uh, Somebody says you better start thinking about how to improve your stock. Speak to a farmer about how to improve your stock. I don't know if he's trying to say it's time to start storing food in the house because, boy, this looks draconian with the metaverse being built around us, and we hearing this type of threats from the governments. It might be time for us to really talk to them and say what exactly do they want us to do. um, if we stay in the house, well, like I said, me, I have a medical exemption anyway. So for you guys who don't have a medical exemption and they're gonna lock you in the house for not being vaxxed, what are you gonna do? Okay, um, okay. Some of these, yeah, yeah. Some of these things I cannot even read. Right. Ah, okay, yeah. So, and what do you think, family? What do you think? They're gonna lock people up if you're not vaxxed. Do you think it makes sense? What's your view on that? Would you be willing to, if you're the type who hasn't decided you want to take the vax yet, you're the type who hasn't decided you want to take the nice vax yet, and they say to you, look, you're gonna be locked down in your home, and all you're gonna have left is just the metaverse. Would you say I don't want the metaverse? I'll come out and take the metavax. The metavax against the metaverse. Which one would you take? Let me type that in the chat. I like the ring of it. Metaverse against the metavax. Which one would you take? Let me type that in here. Metaverse uh, versus metavax. Which one are you gonna take? You choose. I'm not actually asking you to choose, but you know what I'm saying. Metaverse versus the metavax. Choose one, family. What are you gonna choose? They're telling you, like, listen, you're gonna be going into a meta lockdown unless you metavax. What are you going to do? What will you do? I want to know your opinion. This is the news. I want to know your opinion. I have no opinion at the moment. I want to know your opinion. What's your opinion? I want to know. Hmm? Somebody say I will take Megatron, aka Metatron. Wow, that's another way to put it. No transformer for me, somebody says. What would you do, family? What about you? Yeah, you. What about you? What will you do? You now. Yeah, what will you do? I want to know. Type it in there. What are you going to do? Let me see. Was this interesting? It's interesting. Um, some people think like, yeah, like this is getting towards the mark of the beast, in the Bible, in scriptures. Like, this is going there slowly, like, you know, you, previously it was like everybody was getting locked down, right? But now they're saying unless you take that metavax, that you could be going into a meta lockdown. And you're wondering, like, huh? Unless I take something, I may not get something, or I may get something I don't like. And that's like serious, like scary. So some people think we're in the time of the mark of the beast. And some people are even saying to their pastors, like, pastors, why are we still here? Why hasn't the tribulation happened? I mean, not the tribulation. Why hasn't the rapture happened yet? Some people asking their pastors, them pastors who had metavaxed the people with the rapture pill. The metavax people with the rapture pill, like for centuries now, saying to people, like, listen, you just believe in Jesus, and before the tribulation comes, you will be meta raptured, i.e., you'll be meta gone. Your problems will be meta solved. You have no problem at all. Just believe in, you know, white Jesus, that image of white Jesus, and forget all the tribulation the dark people of the earth are going through. Only when tribulation comes to the white Western world, then Jesus will come and take you away. And I'm like, they're lying to you. You need to start believing in the black Jesus. Well, not Jesus, the black Messiah. Iyeshe. You need to start believing in the black Messiah and listen to this message on this platform. Because there ain't going to be no rapture. There's going to be no rapture. These pastors have lied to you. So, all the Christians, some of them who are not ready for this metavax in Austria. Austria is a Christian nation. Some may say atheist and so on, but it's still a Christian kingdom. So, all them Christians now who are not ready for the metavax, but they're ready for the rapture vax. I mean, for the meta rapture, they're ready for that one. But they're now being confronted with this new piece of, I don't know, law saying they might be meta locked down if they don't take the meta vax. And they ain't no meta not tribulation, meta rapture in sight. What are they gonna do? They need to go to them churches and ask the pastors for their money back because they paid for all that lies. And the rapture ain't happening yet. And now they won't listen. The funny thing is, they won't even be able to go into them churches and ask the pastors anymore. Because how are you going to do that when you're meta locked down? Okay. So the meta universe might give you that opportunity to meet your pastor in a meta digital world and ask him these questions. I thought you said there's going to be a rapture before the tribulation. Maybe pastor going to change his mind and say, oh, no, it's mid-trib. I'm a mid-trib, i.e., the rapture is going to happen middle of the tribulation. So you endure the 3.5 years of the first part of the tribulation, and You set your watch, and Jesus coming to take you after at least you enjoy half of the tribulation. This is crazy. So all those people now, listen, all of you rapturites, meta rapturites, you've been proven just right now that they lied to you. And I'm telling you, everything else they've told you is a lie. Everything. I mean, like there isn't even one thing, not one single thing that's not a lie in what they've told you in that religion called Christianity. And I digress. This is just the news and your views. I'm just, putting these things in there because you may never hear them again. So if you're a Christian in Austria, don't say this black brother is telling you fantasies. No, I'm telling you, they've lied to you. You want to save your soul, your meta soul, you need to come to this truth now. Because they're going to take this truth off the air soon as well. They're planning for it. All this YouTube information, YouTube education, YouTube meta universities, they're going to be gone. The only thing is going to be available is the meta allowance that we're going to be having on the metaverse platforms. If you don't take David 19 metavax, you ain't going to be able to participate in things. Imagine in a Christian country, the devil's operating heavily. It's time for you to wake up and understand they lied to you. So come right back on this platform. Click on some of the videos that's going to tell you the truth, teach you the truth about your soul, your existence, where you're going from here, and where this world is trying to drive you to. The destination ain't pretty. I just put that in there. I deviated, I know. So, Austrians, it says, face new lockdown restrictions if cases of coronavirus continue to rise. People are going to be in trouble soon. Time you came out, divorce the world. You got to divorce the world. They lied to you. Christian, ain't no going to be no rapture. There's going to be a lot of tribulation, more tribulations coming our way. All of us. Never mind the fact that all the so called developing nations, developing countries, Black and Asian countries, Black and Hispanic countries, they have been going through tribulation for the last 50 years, last 60 years. All the white nations have been, they've been going through a beautiful time. That's why they told you there's going to be a rapture, because the white nations are not allowed to go through tribulation. That's what the psyche they want you to have. That you cannot participate in the tribulation of the blacks and the browns of the world. There's gonna be no tribulation for the white people of the world. That's what Christianity said. But you now know it's a lie. So tell a member of your family, tell somebody beside you, tell somebody on the metaverse lockdown platform. Tell somebody they've lied to you. Come out of it. Let's move on to the next news. So I want to hear your views, brothers and sisters. If you're new to this channel, this is the Hebrew Israelite Truth channel. My name is Brother Tai. I really feel blessed that you can hear this message and participate in this truth with all of us. Come out of that religion. They've lied to you. Listen, all the lies they've lied to you, they're going to be unfolding one by one, or zero point 0.5 by 0.5, so you don't wake up too easily. But each one that's revealed is also going to lock you up a little bit. Each little truth that they reveal to you will also lock you up a little bit. So truth is being revealed, but they're locking us up inside the house bit by bit. You see, by the time the full truth is revealed, there's a chain outside your door and a lock, to say the least. So I'm saying, right now is the time to just wake up. Absolutely. Just like wake up, bang. Wake up in your trousers, wake up in your shoes. All right. Don't say you woke up and you're woke and you're still in bed. No. Wake up in your trousers, in your shoes, your belt and your buckle and your staff and your shield and your armor and your headgear. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. They've lied to you. They're collecting souls. These are soul collectors. They're taking them down, down. They need your soul with them. So I'm saying, wake up. They've lied to you. Wake up. They've lied to you. Wake up. They've lied to you. Come out of death into life. You got to divorce God. You got to divorce Jesus. You got to divorce Christianity. You've got to divorce that. It's the Antichrist establishment. This message ain't for everybody. If you don't like it, please log off. It's ain't a hate channel. It's a truth channel. And I love you. That's why we're telling you these things. If you're a Muslim out there, you're a Christian out there, these two religions, they're the biggest lie infested establishments. Listen, my brothers and sisters, he's saying about hate. I have Muslim in my family, I have Christian in my family, have all the other religions in my family. You just name them, I have them. And I used to be in them too. But it's time you woke up and told somebody. They've lied to you in everything. But by the time you find out, if you don't accept to listen now, there's going to be a lock on your door. The fire is going to already consume the house, consume the building around you. There's going to be nowhere to jump into, run out to. You got to wake up now. So the truth is being revealed, but as the truth is revealed, the doors are being locked, the gates are being shut. Everything's locking down. That's why they're building the metaverse as the only escape hatch for souls that are going to be ushered into hell in a different way. You don't want to find yourself in their metaverse. The universe is what was made for us. A book says it's appointed unto man once to die, and then after that, the judgment. But these people want to usher you into a metaverse where they're going to promise you eternal life. They want to promise you some eternal life stuff. They want to sell you that after the rapture has failed. They want to sell you an eternal life product and service. Immortality. Now there's immortality, but it's going to be in hell. Immortality, you don't want yours to be in hell. There is immortality for everybody. But it's more a negative type of immortality if you ain't going to the right place. That's what the news is for. I get your views. I'm trying to just show you. You need to make up your mind what you're looking at right now. Okay, I know somebody's listening right now to that message. You might have questions. Ask the questions. We have an email. Let me put our email there. You might be looking for answers. Your faith might be shaking. I type it in there, and your faith should shake because they've lied to you. And like, Gmail. So if you want to write and get more answers or get all the answers, you can write to this email, hitonline314@gmail.com. All right. Besides that, there are videos on our channel which you can have a look at. It will teach you everything you need to know in as short as a few hours, but they've lied to you. Let's get back to some of the news. And I still want to know your views, family. So, right. Okay. Yeah. So the next views will be deposited on the next news, which is child or children under 5 are going to be vaxxed soon in the US. Children under 5 are going to be required, maybe to, not even maybe, it's going to happen. So it's already out there. Children under 5 are going to be required to take the vax. What's your thoughts? Under 5s in, yeah, can't even write anymore, can I? In the US to get jabbed. Using English words. Children as young as 5, yeah. So here's a sky.com. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Right. So yeah, this is 20th of October. Uh, accept, of course. I have to accept these things. These things have to be accepted. So yeah, it's on screen right now. This on screen right now. Is the screen changing? Children as young as 5 years old to get vaccine within weeks, the White House announces. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Isn't that something, family? Children as young as 5 to get vaccine within weeks. White House announces. That's great news. That is just beautiful. Great news. So, because basically what that does is, you know, since the new variants are seriously targeting the younger ones now, the children of the world, they shouldn't be left behind, right? They should not be left behind, right? Your children shouldn't be left behind, right? Even though some of you don't want the vaccine, they might give it to your children because they're at risk. Your children are at risk. I mean, what's your view on that? What's your view on that? Children as young as 5 to get vaccine. They might even start jabbing up pregnant women because you know what? This thing looks serious. This David 19 is looking serious. And who knows, they might introduce the new protocol that they've instituted in Austria to facilitate speed in this new initiative in the US, where children as young as 5 are going to get jabbed for the protection of all people. That's going to be something, right? Now, family, I'm going to say one thing. You're going to give me, please, I say, 1 second for me to get a hot drink because my nose is getting cold, and um, my nose is getting cold. So please, um, give me a second. Let me get something hot for my nose. I beg you, family. Mm. I'll be back in a second, please. Right, family. Thank you and sorry for the little break I had to take. Um, so where are we now? Let's stop this one. Let's stop this one and bring this one back. Video capture. So we wanted the window capture up there. Right. So right, we were going into this piece of news for me. So just in case you already heard it, saying under fives are going to be jabbed in the United States of America um, to curb the new variants and every other thing going on with COVID right now. Okay. Um, so what we're having a look at is how does that affect society? Because we understand that the situation in the United States is a lot of people are not certain they want to take the vaccine for one reason or the other. And now they have a situation where um, the children as young as 5 are going to start getting vaxxed. And some of these people who already are not ready for the vaccine, they themselves have children. And we all know that sometimes the government say they want to protect the children, even when the parent ain't even interested. So what's going to happen anyway? This is the news. This is just the news. I want to know what your views are. What's your views? Um, what's your views? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think? Are you in the U.S.? Um, are you in the U.S.? If you're in the U.S., please let me know what you think you're gonna be doing if this is the situation that comes to you. What you gonna do? Huh? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, so with this news, I'm gonna run to a I'm gonna run to a YouTube page and see maybe some people have views on that already. Maybe they like it. Who's for it? Who's against it? Um, you know, what's the deal? How are people going to navigate this type of things? Um, how are people going to, 5-year-old children to get jabbed in the US? Hey, right? So yeah, so that's interesting. Listen, let's see if we can drag up a video. Let's see if we can drag up a video to and share that. Or what do you think, family? We should drag up a video. Um, yeah. Um, we can try this new COVID jabs in USA for 5-year-old olds. Yeah. Let's see if something comes up. All right. So yeah, we got something here. We got something here. I think we'll do a fair use on that one. We're gonna we're gonna do a fair use on that. Um, play that. Just fair use. YouTube already understands that we're just doing fair use on some of these news video channels. So let me see if we can put that on screen. Window capture. Oh, there we go. It's already up. So cool. Okay, so let's play that. I don't know if the audio is going to play.
But states like West Virginia, Alaska, and Montana are still seeing significant surges. COVID-19 vaccines for children between the ages of 5 and 11 could be just weeks away at this point. The CDC's Independent Advisory Board is planning to meet in the beginning of November to discuss that issue. News of the meeting comes as pediatric hospitals across the country warn about an increase in the number of children developing a rare multi-system inflammatory disease following a surge in pediatric coronavirus infections over the summer. ABC's Phil Whitloff is in New York City right now with the story. Phil, good morning. Good morning, Gio. And this rare disease you're talking about, found in many kids with COVID, is certainly worrying for any parent. This pediatric surge we've been seeing coming just weeks before possible authorization of a vaccine for kids 5 to 11. This morning, the U.S. preparing for the potential rollout of COVID-19 vaccines for kids as early as November 3rd. Pfizer, the first drug company to request emergency authorization use of its vaccine for 5 to 11-year-olds. The Washington Post reporting the government is ready to send out up to 20 million Pfizer vaccines as soon as it's authorized for that age group. Also saying doses will be distributed based on a state's population of eligible children. Many parents apprehensive about vaccinating their kids.
The kids are kind of scary. That's a little bit scarier than just an adult. Who knows how that's going to affect their growth going forward.
Others relieved. She's like, when can I get the vaccine, Daddy? Because you have it. Why can't I get it yet? Pfizer announcing the shots with smaller doses were safe and effective in children during trials. Experts say if the vaccine is authorized for kids, it could be a turning point in the fight against COVID.
If you continue to inoculate the population, and now we will be able to inoculate those that are 5 to 11, that will just essentially decrease the number of individuals that the virus can replicate and therefore spread.
As some kids are battling the virus, a number.
Yeah, I'm like, it's great news, right? I mean, come on, family. It's great news, correct? So, can they give any guarantees? Like, yeah, once they vaccinate these children, everything's gonna be all right. Will they give any guarantees? I mean, what's your view? Will they give any guarantees to these parents so that these parents can rush for it? What do you think, family? Oh boy, the audio is gone again. Well, the audio is gone again. Oh boy. So anyway, the pictures speak 1,000 words. They did put some. So I'm just gonna leave it at that for now because I'm sorry again. I don't know how to get. Oh, I know why we're not getting any video now. I know why. I know why. I'm using a monitor screen and it's taking the audio away. I know why now. Right, 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 right. Okay, family. Sorry, 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 sorry. I've worked it out now. But yeah, as I was saying, are they gonna have any guarantees for these children and their parents to say, yeah, if anything goes wrong, um, they will be able to, you know, compensate those families if anything should happen. Where is my video gun now? Where's my video gun? Oh yeah. Are they going to be able to lay any guarantees at their door to incentivize these parents to go out and get their children vaxxed? What do you think, family? Is that ever going to happen? Um, it'd be interesting to know because some of these parents themselves probably split down the middle, have not decided yet if they're going to be taking this thing. So now to lay this on their children, it's going to be a hard burden. So I see a metaverse, a meta lockdown, Austrian style for the unvaxxed. Probably their children might become in danger. Who knows what the state's going to say about their children now? The state might say, listen, we can't allow you parents to keep your children in the house because you might infect the children. So we're taking the children into a meta lockdown, metaverse style, and we'll give the children back to you once this thing is over. How about that for a deal? And I guess it's a nice deal. It's a fair deal, right? What do you think? It's just the news. I don't have any views right here. I'm waiting for your views. What do you think? They might, play the children against the parents here and say, look, we're going to take these babies away to save them. All right. Since babies ain't going to be going on a rapture. Okay, you understand? Since there's no rapture anymore, these white Christians who've been promised a rapture for such events like this sort of thing, some white Christians think this is persecution, like they don't want to take this thing yet. They're not ready yet. Okay, they I think a lot of them have plans for later, but they're not ready yet. But I don't have any views on this myself. But many of them were banking on some of the guarantees they were given by the pastors to say, look, before this type of thing even happens in this God-given free land of liberty, the rapture is gonna come. Jesus is gonna come and take everybody away and prevent you from making hard decisions. And now they're wondering, like, Jesus still didn't come, man. And the only people coming now are these people trying to vax up the children. And what shall they do? And if you're in that situation, what would you do? What would you do? Jesus is not coming yet. There ain't no rapture. The state's coming for the children to vax them up. You don't want to get vaxxed. They're going to separate the children from the parents. What do you do? What will you do? What are you doing now? Because this thing looks like it's actually expired, right? I mean, if you don't have a medical exemption, what you gonna do? I need to hear from somebody. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Hmm? So it's a serious situation. What are you going to do? What are you planning to do? Are you gonna do something? Maybe relocate to, I don't know, some other country where things may be, maybe the COVID-19 virus ain't even so heavy over there. You go somewhere else, maybe. What are you gonna do? I'm not hearing from nobody. What's going on? So let's read some of the comments from some places where this is posted out. Let's see what some of them think. Let's have a look. Somebody says this is the first comment there. If you have to be, actually, let me just share that screen anyway. I think it's only fair because people might think I'm not reading correctly. You all understand this thing is. So we want to go to the comments. So at least YouTube allows these comments to be there. Um, so it's cool. It's great. So let me see which comments come up for newest. Let's do newest comments first. That way, 3 days ago, somebody says, I'm seeing some. The one I have on this screen here is a little different. So, well. So anyway, I wanted to read this one. I don't know why it's not on the other screen. It says, if you have to be persuaded, reminded, pressured, lied to, incentivized, coerced, bullied, socially shamed, guilt tripped, threatened, punished, and criminalized, if all of this is considered necessary to gain your compliance, you can be absolutely certain that what is being promoted is not in your best interest. That's somebody's quote. It says, quoted by Ian Watson. Um, that's interesting, right? That it looks like there's a real push. I mean, like literal push, on people to just take the vax. And if you're not somebody who is medically exempt like me, you may be pressured, you may be under pressure. So some other comments said, successful vaccines such as the ones for smallpox, polio, etc. contain the actual virus in inactivated, i.e. dead form. Such vaccines have worked well for 100 years and are therefore a method which has been proven safe. Vaccine manufacturers should put their efforts into an inactivated virus vaccine so that the children can be safely vaccinated. Okay, it's a little balanced. Because of the increased risk of dangerous side effects for children from the present COVID-19 vaccinations, they and everyone else should receive the safely proven inactivated virus type of vaccination. All children would be safely vaccinated while the number of anti-vaxxers would drastically plummet. Now that's interesting because I mean the vaccine makers should put their money where their vaccine is, right? That's what I would say. Um, if they can guarantee people $1 million each for jabbing up, I think people would take it. You know, I think people would take it. What do you think? What's your thoughts? Do you think people would take it if they were offered $1 million each indemnity? Do you think people would take it? What's your view? That's my suggestion to the World Health Organization, innit? And the UNA and the IAO and all of them, right? That's what I would think. Like, okay, offer people some serious, remunerative incentives, like, um, you know, like you can help them out if their fears come true and something goes wrong, right? What would you do to help them? Um, say yeah. So what are you gonna do anyway if that happens in a town near you? Will you be happy or will you take it? Will you refuse it? Since the children can decide by themselves, I don't know. Also, that raises another issue. Will the children need parental consent or how is it done? If you're in America, can you remember what the details are? Are they going to need parental consent or are they just going to grab them at school and just jab it anyway? What's the details there? Anybody has that at all? Let me know, please. I'd like to know. It'd be an interesting thing. So I don't know if I'm finding the details for that right now. But if you have the details and you know how it goes, I'm asking again, will they need parental consent before they jab the children, or they're going to be asking a parent who themselves don't want to get jabbed that they want to jab their child? Or how does it go in the United States of America? Please, somebody, can you tell me? Or if you've read the details, what exactly are they going to do before, or what's the process for them to actually jab these children? Let me know, please, in the comments or in the live chat right now. So that's piece of news for us. The last piece of news I have is something of a similar mind, and it just says um, university. Actually, it's a university in my country, the United Kingdom country. Um, says university to lock out unvaxxed students. Any student who has not been vaxxed will be locked out of the university premises. And that's the education for that particular student in jeopardy, right? Can't go inside you can't go inside your school, a school, We've told you about these places before, school. It's a school. So when you're going in there and they're telling you, like, listen, you won't be able to attend school anymore. And your scholars, your scholars won't be able to come and teach you, or you won't be able to get any schooling or schooling from your scholars because you haven't been jabbed. You won't be allowed in school anymore. So this thing looks like it's going on all around now. Looks like there's some punitive measures in place. If people can't, if they don't do something, something bad is going to happen to them. Something's going to be deducted from their lives. Besides, the only positive addition today in the news is that there's a metaverse where you can escape into, right? But a university in the United Kingdom has now said if you don't get vaxxed, you don't get schooled in a university. And I think the universities have suffered already enough, like so badly. Like we've already said before, anyway, this school business, if it wasn't for if it wasn't for the jobs you needed at the end of it, you're wasting your time there and you're depositing your soul to these people. But now they're making it clearer than ever before. These places are just institutions, they're demons pretending to own your soul. So, but now they're giving you a mandate that, listen, unless you get vaxxed, you can't come into your classes. So I want to know what your views are. What's your views? Are you a student in the United Kingdom? Are you going to acquiesce with this new situation? Are you going to say no, you're not ready yet? Or are you just going to leave everything in the hands of Jesus and just go and pray, you know? Or are you just going to go cry and pray that the rapture happens by the morning so that you don't face this madness? Because this can be really upsetting, right? You've paid school fees to demons, and now the demons are saying you need to get something before you come into classes, and you don't want to. I don't really understand it anyway. So if somebody understands the situation, can they explain to me, especially if you're a student over in that side where they're saying you need to come and do that, right? Because the children is one case, and then the children in the university is another case, and then the parents in the after university in Austria is another case. And it looks like punishment is just round the corner now. And that's what I call tribulation type, right? If you believe the tribulation is here, please give me a 789 family. If you think the tribulation is here, give me a 789 family. Tribulation is here. Tribulation is here. The rapture has disappeared. Tribulation is here. Eh? Rapture has disappeared. What? This is not really nice. How do you spell disappeared again? Is it? Oh boy. So, what do you think, family? The tribulation is here. The rapture has disappeared. 789 that for me, family, if you're still watching. By the way, like up the video. If you're new to the channel, hit the notification button after you subscribe or before you subscribe. It doesn't matter actually. Share, like, bookmark, download this video, share again, and ask them to repeat the same process that you did. And this is the light-hearted version of us trying to reach our people out there. The serious version is when we go into the lessons of what you need to do, what we need to do, all of us. Prepare your soul, prepare your spirit, prepare your families, because times are going to get really tough. Times are getting really tough. We have a number of lessons prepared besides the ones that are already on the channel. If you're new to the channel, you're wondering why we're mixing the scripture with some of this news and views. You just go inside the channel and you'll see the videos that explain some of these things. Scroll up, scroll down, and if you have questions that you think you can't find answers to, you can write us at hitonline314 hitonline314 at gmail.com. Okay, I don't know why I've put capitals there, but it's all so lowercase letters. You need to understand what's going on in the world, in the earth, in the system of the beast that we're living in. Okay? The rapture is not going to happen. The tribulation is here. The tribulation has been here for a long time. A lot of people just don't want to admit. But now they will admit it's here when the Western white world is going to go through the same problems. And that's sad because the support that people could have given one another, it won't be able to happen anymore. Okay? So, with that said, people now have a situation of what do we do? What do we do? What are you going to do? How do you, anyway, you see, what are you going to do? It definitely looks like the tribulation is in the house and the rapture is out of the house. I need to speak to them pastors on your behalf. Some of them are still going to tell you it's okay, you just wait for the next 3.5 years, and then the rapture is going to be happening. But I'm going to be saying, listen, 3.5 years later ain't going to make any difference to you. I mean, if you can go through 3.5 years of tribulation, the remaining 3 won't make any, it won't make you feel any pain. 3.5 years of any tribulation, you be hardened and used to the situation. So don't even bother if they try to lie to you that, yeah, there's going to be a break and then a rapture mid-trip, that you're going to be going somewhere. You ain't going somewhere. You ain't going nowhere. I mean, not that one they're talking about anyway. You're going nowhere. Everything's getting locked down. The only thing that's becoming free is the metaverse. The metaverse is the only thing that people are going to be able to meet. Every other thing is going to be problematic. With that said, family, that was the news. I want to hear your views. This is your brother Ty on the HIT, Hebrew Israelite Truth, delivering truth and the message for thoughts, for reasoning, for your questions, for your conscience, for your spirit and your soul. The Creator sent His Son to deliver the nation of Israel out of its sins and save us from our enemies, and then to offer salvation to anyone who may call on the righteous and rightful name of Yeshua. And they call on that name and they can be saved. But they have to first go through a process of denunciation of all the other marriages they've had. You have to denounce. You have to denounce God. 789, that one, family. And then embrace truth. Embrace truth 789, that one. And start living right under EA. I share EA. And EA share. And get baptized. Actually, a lot of you are not baptized yet. Some of you were baptized into the wrong things. You need to rebaptize again. Okay. So 789, that's the message. That's the gospel. That's the truth. That's your soul being delivered again. That's your soul being redeemed again. It's your brother Tide showing you how to do it, what to do. If you got any questions, like I said,